Good afternoon, everyone. I apologize for not being there this afternoon as you discuss some very important things at the Voters' Assembly. I will be praying for you, though, throughout this time as you discuss and deliberate on what God is accomplishing already at Holy Trinity and what He will accomplish through us here in this place. But as you consider these things, here are some items I would like you to think about. 204 Sunday services. 156 of those with organ or piano, 52 Wednesday evening services, 27 chapel services at our school, with an additional 9 noon services during Advent and Lent, and then 10 other special services such as Christmas and Good Friday and various others, plus who knows how many funeral services or weddings in a year. That's the worship that takes place here at Holy Trinity. That's the number of events that we have as we gather together as the fellowship of believers here in this place, worshiping and praising our triune God, our Holy Trinity. It's no wonder why this congregation has identified as one of its values to be a traditional liturgy with various forms, but then also as one of our strategies to accomplishing our mission of making disciples to be worship. And along with worship, along with that liturgy, comes music. Music is a key component. It is essential to our worship life here at Holy Trinity. But the thing is, music doesn't just happen. It takes a lot of talent, a lot of time, a lot of work. Thanks be to God that we have been blessed with musicians offering their talents for special music week after week after week. We have 53 regularly scheduled musicians that offer their talents in 6 different ensembles throughout the year. That's more than many churches, to be sure. We can raise up more musicians than just 53, especially if we truly think and we truly believe that worship is a key component to making disciples here at Holy Trinity. Thanks be to God also that we have been blessed with capable organists for quite some time, leading us in our liturgy and in our hymns. Jane Shirt has fantastically served as our primary organist for quite some time, and she has done what she could to bring in new musicians to raise that 53 tons. We thank God for her dedication and for her abilities, because her organ playing has done so much to enhance our worship services throughout her time here. Thanks be to God. But what if that organ playing disappeared? What if we no longer had such strong musical leadership in this place? Ultimately, it would mean that the way we worship would have to change. We would need to adapt to the absence of the organ. Well, just a few weeks ago, Pastor Hankey and I were approached by Jane Shirt. We had a meeting with her discussing some of the concerns she had regarding the music life and the future of the music life here at Holy Trinity. I won't go into too many details here. I'll let Jane speak for herself. But essentially, she expressed that she would not be able to continue serving as the primary organist here forever. We also realized that a problem is that you can't just allow anyone to play the organ. Just because you play the piano doesn't mean you play the organ as well. Furthermore, you can't just find anyone off the street who is familiar with Lutheran liturgy, theology, and worship. These days, it takes a trained professional to ensure the caliber of worship, the high caliber of worship that we are accustomed to here at Holy Trinity. Simply out of practicality, then, something has to be done. If we are going to continue worshiping with an organ, if worship is indeed a key strategy in making disciples, and if we truly do value liturgy and various other forms with it, then something needs to be done to ensure that it continues to happen. This congregation has also identified education as one of its key strategies in making disciples, and included in this is the school here at this place. We have so many students that are hearing the gospel, and the school is only growing. We have the 3 classrooms that are being added right now. It's so wonderful that more students are going to hear that there is a God who loves them, a God who sent His Son to die for them. Thanks be to God, what He is doing in this place. As the school expands, as we continue adding grade levels, then Holy Trinity Christian School is entering into an area of great competition. Edmond public and private schools are quite good, to say the least, especially when it comes to junior high, which we are just now entering into. If our school is going to compete with the surrounding schools, we're going to have to start offering ways that we can compete. Something exceptional is going to have to happen. And I'm convinced that the area we can thrive in most is in the arts, especially music. Currently, most of our students are not learning how to read music, and yet when they do sing, it is precious and joyful. Imagine if those voices were fine-tuned just a little bit. Currently, our 6th grade is forced to travel every Wednesday to another location in Oklahoma City if they want to learn how to play a musical instrument, because we don't have someone with that ability here at Holy Trinity right now. But what if we did have someone that could teach them how to read music, how to play an instrument? What if we had that? Just imagine the number of children and parents who will hear the message of the gospel in a different way through music. Imagine what a service these students could offer as they maybe make a field trip to the nursing home or to Concordia Senior Center and sing praises to God. What an awesome witness that could be. Just imagine what the Spirit could do in the hearts and the lives of the parents who come and worship with us whenever their child is singing in the choir or a music instrument ensemble here in worship. How the Spirit will take hold of them when they hear the gospel, and how they will see the body of Christ at work in worship here in this place. Just imagine what God can do through music. But again, music doesn't just happen. It takes time, it takes a lot of work, it takes talent. And so for this reason, I and Pastor Hankey and the Board of Elders and various other musicians firmly believe that the time is right to call a minister of music to Holy Trinity. This person would be a synodically trained professional organist and music teacher. He or she would serve as the primary organist here at Holy Trinity and would also serve as a music teacher for choir and band at the school. He or she would also assist our current directors, our pastors, in whatever ways that we need when it comes to music. They would also raise up new musicians and even start new ensembles, because we have so much potential here as far as music goes in the worship life at Holy Trinity. Because simply from a practical perspective, if we're going to continue worshiping the way that we have, if Lutheran liturgy in its various forms is truly a value of ours, and if we really do see worship and education as key strategies in making disciples, then something has to happen. It needs to be a called minister of music that is brought here to Holy Trinity. Thank you for your time.